Hello, my dear students. Good morning to you all. And my dear friends, good morning to you all. And this is a wonderful start today with resume writing. And here we are going to start with CV format. Okay. And in the format, what are the details we are going to fill in with? That is what we are going to see in this slide. And actually, first you have to write your name. Then you have to mention your address. If possible, you can mention your mobile number too, and then you can add up that with email ID, and then your date of birth, that is your age, and then your education. In the education sector, you have to add course, name, board, year, percentage of marks obtained. All these details you have to fill in the education sector. And in the next thing, when you are talking about your experience, your number of experience is a validatory one in CV, because in the companies they used to see only this as the weightage one, and so probably you have to give the name correctly, that is the name of the institution and the period, number of periods you work over there, and then your position held in the company, and then you have to mention about your percentage of marks obtained, and also if possible you can tell all other details about your CGPA. If you got any extra detail about that, you can mention that also in this percentage of marks obtained. This is going to be the next weightage for your main position. Okay, so you have to mention that. And then projects done. This is a major detail they want in the company, and you can mention the data related to the current, or else previously you have done something, that also you have to mention there. And then you have to mention the course is completed. The course is completed should be related to computer science department, or else it may be related to AutoCAD and software details. And then relevant skills, probably soft skills, they expect more. That is your language development and your communication skills that you can explain here further. And extracurricular activities, suppose you are well versed in sports, that also you can mention here. And you can also submit your certificates over there, and you can mention the details of the certificates. Then you have to write references, number 1 and 2. You can mention even more than that. And at last your signature, and then your date. The next slide, we are going to see the further details. And this is all about the resume format. Okay, CV format and resume format more or less same, but still here we are going to fill in extra details. There also you have mentioned name, address you have mentioned already, mobile, email, and objective. When you talk about objective and the aim of the program, that is what is your objective, what is your aim and goal, that should be very strong enough to impress the institution manager or general manager or the dean of the company. Then you have to talk about education. When you talk about education, you can mention any unique quality that you have in your educational background, and even if possible you can mention about your project details also. Next, your skills and accomplishments. There comes all the details related to the computer science programming skills, soft skills, and so many skills that you have learned. Even if you are capable of managing software development course also, that you know, you can mention that. And in the skills, especially you have to talk about problem solving and your creativity. These two about the major ones in the skills and accomplishments. So you have to focus more on these two areas. Next, manufacturing skills. Here, program developer, they'll have a different manufacturing skills and managements. And if you belong to a mechanical department, you can talk about the designs of the machines using AutoCADs and other things, and that also you can mention over here. And then teamwork and interpersonal skills, these two you should be very careful about this, because this is going to be the ultimate weightage for your resume. So how far you work along with a team, that is the basic one for job. Next, about your computer and language skills. Computer, when you mention, you can look at the basic things as well as latest updated versions you should be familiar with. And language skills, you should not stop up with English language. More than that, you can learn some other languages also, like Spanish, Canada, and other languages you can learn. Next, about your activities. Activities, you can say any further activities, extracurricular activities you can mention over here. Next, this is the next resume, and the important one for the resume. Other details that is missing in the previous one. Career objective. First we talk about the aim and objective of the person. Where career objective, what are you going to do for the company, that you need to focus on here more. Then academic profile, and in that you can mention about the year, college, and percentage of marks. Next, certification courses, even you can mention that as key skills, C, C++, and other basic computer programming knowledge if you have, you can mention over here. And then projects done, you can mention the title of the projects, and what is your strength and what is your weak. Weak you should not mention, probably you should mention only the strength and qualities that you have. Then you can talk about your personal information, that is your nationality, your father's name, mother's name, and the languages known. And all these details you can fill in the personal information. The next slide, now we'll see what is there in the next slide. So key skills, so it's important one. Key skills means computer course is done. Achievements means you can even talk about the awards won and the certificates that you have got in certain courses, and received positions. Okay, that is the positions that you held, that also you can talk about. And the final, your projects, if you want to give a special mention over that, you can also talk about that. These are the three major points you can focus more in the resume. So students, beware of this. So jot down all the points here and mention that in the assignment, or take one assignment and fill in all the details whatever I have given here. Follow this and submit that. My dear students, I hope this will be useful to you, and we will see again in the next video. Now we will move on to the next slide.